Xiaoping trying to gaslight us again. Listen carefully to the question of the reporter here.
I want to follow up on the word generational that's been used in describing this budget. Banque Nationale says the federal debt is going to rise from maybe 1 trillion to 3 trillion over the next 10 years. We already took on a lot of debt during COVID. I just think of example of a girl or a boy who's 10 years old today. 10 years from now, they could be facing a tax bill hypothetically that's triple what I pay, and in effect, putting money in my pocket at the expense of youth. I mean, is this really a fair approach to future generations?
Well, what is fair is for us to present the budget in a different way this year. We're going to distinguish between spending and capital investment. People understand when you go and you pay your cell phone bill, this is spending. When you're buying a house, you're investing. What we're shifting is to say in 3 years from now, we're going to balance operating budget with the revenues we have. So to your example, we're making sure that your kids and your grandkids would have the kind of infrastructure in the country, the kind of housing in the country that can make them, prosper in this country. And I would say, you may not remember, but in the words of the IMF, a very strong woman, Kristalina, which is the head of the International Monetary Fund, you may remember, I don't know if you were with me in Washington, but she said there's 2 countries in the world that stand out. She didn't mention 20. She said 2. There's Germany and Canada. These 2 countries have the wherewithal to support communities, to invest in their country, and I would say it's about time that we invest in ourselves. And I think that's what you're going to see, and investing in ourselves is to make sure we have the housing we need, that we can support women organization, that we can invest in the trade corridor that are going to make this country, supercharging, I would say, our exports around the world. And this is the best way to ensure your kids and my kids, by the way, when I was hearing the announcement, I have 2 daughters, we owe it to them. And this is what today is all about, and this is what next Tuesday will be all about, is about empowering Canadians, protecting our sovereignty, and building this nation like we've never seen before.
And unfortunately, what that means is that unless something else changes, our incomes will be lower than they otherwise would have been. They'll grow, but they'll grow along a low. This was the old path. Now there's a new path, which is below the old path. There are things the country can do to try to bend that curve up, but those aren't things monetary policy can do. These are more structural changes. I mean, fundamentally, as the senior deputy governor has hammered many times, we need to get our productivity growth up. And if we can do that as a country, we can bend that curve up. So, I mean, I think what's most concerning is that unless we change some other things, our standard of living as a country, Canadians, is going to be lower than it otherwise would have been.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna balance the operational budget in 3 years. Where did I hear that one before? Oh yeah, from Justin Trudeau. He didn't do it in 11 years? 10 years? You can't balance a budget with that much spending within 3 years. It's impossible. It's impossible. Show us your budget, first of all. Show us your budget with all that super insane spending that you have in it, and we'll see right away by the spending that they're doing now that they won't be able to balance the budget. They think we're stupid, man. They literally think we're stupid. There's a lot of Canadians that are stupid. I'll give them that, but we're not all dumb. Like, seriously, man, it's so annoying to see these liberals talk like everyone's stupid. Even the reporter who asked him the question doesn't believe anything that this guy just said. Champagne. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Thanks for watching.